Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood J Blaq, live in the building once again. I can't say back with this because this is something new. Maybe presenting is a better way to do this. First things first. This is a brand new little adventure for me. I mean, it's not brand new in the sense of me doing something solo, but if you know how Sinful Blaq rolls, then you know how Sinful Blaq rolls. It's really simple. It's me and Big Sin. Well, you know, the schedules, especially Big Sin's schedule with everything that's going down at his company and everything that he is currently working on and constructing and manifesting and securing and all that stuff. The reactions have kind of fell off a little bit, and I apologize for that. I know Big Sin apologizes that for too, but rest assured, you are watching this show on Sinful Blaq, which means Sinful Blaq ain't going nowhere. I don't want you to sweat that. I don't want you to think there ain't gonna be no more reactions. There will be more reactions, I promise you. We had to, you know, there's some things that happen. Things that to be refocused on. So, at the times where Big Sin, it's easier for him to create gaming content and roll and stroll and cinnamon roll his way through that. I've been in the lab. I've been healing up. Shout out to everybody that's been checking in on me. I'm not 100%. I'm probably not even 50%, to be honest with you, from the car crash. But I'm alive. And that's probably the best thing that I could probably ask for, you know? So, you know how we do, okay? Since I'm alive, and since I have a voice, we gotta do this little something different. If I can't do the reactions with my band Big Sin, I'm not gonna do no reactions by myself. That is the pact that me and Big Sin have. That is what's called loyalty, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and bring nobody else on no reactions. Now, I could do sports, but unfortunately, we are in the middle of a sports drought. Okay, this is the week. If this is dropping out the week I'm recording this, there's literally nothing going on this week. Probably the one rare times in sports, there's nothing going on. All-Star game is coming up later towards the week. Okay, there's no NBA. There's summer league, but there's not, that's summer league. Okay, there's no hockey. I think they're just doing whatever the hockey-ish things that they're doing, draft and signees and all that shit. Football doesn't start until late July, early August. So, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, how we do, like we gotta do. So I decided to do a little bit more experimenting. I decided to break the monotony a little bit. I had a lot of things on my mind. A lot of things I've been wanting to talk about. But you know your boy Hollywood J Blaq. I don't never like to spit no bullshit, right? I don't never like to, talk out my ass without knowing all the facts, all right? Which is important that this first episode of the Hollywood J Blaq Show, me Unfiltered, you're going to get to really, really know Hollywood J Blaq. If you're watching this show, you're really, really going to get to know me. And you're going to kind of really get to know what I'm about. Well, this show, this Hollywood J Blaq Show, we are going to talk about different topics, podcast style. I'm going to drop one episode, maybe 2 episodes a week, depending on how I feel. I'm thinking about, who knows? By the time I get to episode 3, I might change the name of the whole shit. I don't know. Don't ask me. That's not what this is about. But what this is about, however, like I said, we got topics we're gonna talk about throughout the month. Okay. One big topic that I thoroughly enjoy talking about, where my boy Thomas Cleophas, General McDonald Esquire, DDS, DMD, PhD, Tom McDonald, his one favorite phrase that he likes to use is facts over feelings, okay? Facts don't give a fuck about your feelings, all right? So anytime that there's some backlash, okay, anytime there's some there's some controversy, so anytime where something happens, everybody wants to have a goddamn opinion about it. Every single person, okay? They'll hop on TikTok, they'll hop on Facebook, they'll hop on Twitter, probably Threader now because that's all popping off now. Shout out to Zuckerberg, the lizard man. But everybody pops off with an opinion before they get all the facts, okay? And then once these facts pop out and it doesn't turn out the way that they like it to, you see them all go dead like the dodo bird. They just gone. No apologies. No, I'm sorry, I destroyed the narrative. No, my bad, homies. No, I may need to shut the fuck up type shit. Nope, none of that. Nope, none of that. Instead, they just move on to the next topic and act like nothing had happened. You want to talk about deflection? Well, there's been no bigger deflection piece. There's a couple big things that have been talked about recently. First things first. We'll go with the more recent one, and then after that, we'll go with the bigger one. The more recent one has been this whole Keke Palmer dress situation. It's been this her at the concert with Usher. So for those that don't know, Keke Palmer went to the Usher residency in Vegas, right? Dressed up in this outfit. At least I want to say it was the residency. I mean, I think she must live in Vegas then, because the question is that if you went to the Usher residency in Vegas, and she said in the post that she knew her man. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyways, she goes to the residency. Probably gets a front row seat because it's Keke fucking Palmer, okay? And Usher, doing Usher things, okay? He's an R&B singer. I don't know if this audience knows what an actual R&B singer is, okay? So, like, if you're young, like about 20 years old, R&B might be kind of dead to you. But R&B might be kind of dead to you, all right? Back in the day, there was R&B, and R&B was a masterclass of basically crooning women through your vocal and lyrical acumen. And for those that don't know me, singing your fucking ass off, okay? This is just putting it out there. So Usher goes, sings to Keke Palmer. Let me see if I can get a video of this one. Give me a second. All right, there we go. Let me check out this video right here. I think this is it right here. Let's see. Let's go and pause this thing real quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is it. So you see the outfit. All right. See the outfit. It's basically almost, I mean, to me, when I look at it, it's like a one piece with a sheer over the top. For those that can't really feel it. For those that know, they know what it is. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what it is. But you see Usher. You see Usher, right? And even Usher, hold on, wait, let me see if I can rewind it. Let's see if I get Usher back with it saying "got," because the vision was there. I gotta see if we can rewind it again. I don't know, because he had that. Yeah. See, I hate when they do this. Anyways, but we're gonna have to rewind it again. He's getting to a point where in the middle of the video where she did the turnaround, right? And my nigga Usher hit him with the "got." Watch. Let me see. I think it's coming up. We're gonna see it again. Watch it. Right here. Wait till he walks away. I know we playing this again. Give me a second. You gotta bear with me. Look at that. Look at that. And he was unpressed. Yeah, see, look at this. Like, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you know Usher's like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, so you already know Usher, right? You see. Okay. So her man chimes in. I guess Keke Palmer has a baby daddy. That's not a husband. She always proclaimed she wanted just a regular dude. She didn't want no billionaire dude, okay? Apparently, Steve Harvey told her, don't get no regular dude. You gotta have a deal with a billionaire. Get a dude with a plan in the future, all this, blah, 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 blah. But she went with a regular dude. I don't know the cat's name. It's Darius something. Don't ask. This ain't a news channel. This ain't a dirt sheet. So don't ask me for no names. I probably look it up, but whatever. Okay, so apparently old boy was in his feelings. So I tell people about facts, not feelings. Old boy was all the way in his feelings. All the way in his feelings. He says, he put out a tweet, and he was like, but you're a mom, though. I guess she's a mom. That's my problem. Probably, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. The statement was alluded to the fact that she shouldn't have been dressed like that. Okay? Singing with Usher in Las Vegas on stage. And man's probably at home with the baby, sitting with the baby, kicking it with the baby. And he finds out on the internets that Keke Palmer is dancing with Usher while he's out watching the baby at home. That's the vision that has been put into his head that he's portrayed this to be anyway. Okay. So when this happened, when this whole thing happened, you had two sides of this debate. You had the sides of, oh boy, he needs to stay in his place. He's a regular dude kicking it with Keke Palmer, right? That was the one side. And then there was the other side, the alpha male side, which was like, you know what I'm saying, that my girl should have dressed out this house anyway. I wouldn't have let her do that. And I'm sitting here like, all right, I see one side. And I see the other side. And I think to myself, there's two big pieces of information missing from this scenario, right? Two big pieces of information missing. Information number one, who the fuck is this dude? That was my biggest thing. Who is he? I don't know this dude. Like, is he like the absent baby daddy, or is he like the boyfriend? Like, that was never conveyed at the immediate time that this happened. Because there's a difference, people. There's a difference. Like, if you're not the husband, there's a difference between being a baby daddy and being a boyfriend with and the father of a child, with the father of a child of the person you're dating with. Two completely separate things. There's tiers. Baby daddy's like down here, nobody give a shit, right? Boyfriend that is also the child's father is like in the middle, and husband's like way up here. Okay, there's some differences going on. And then the second thing, which I find was really important, if you two are dating, okay, if you two are in the know and you're together and y'all have a child and this like this, you're in Vegas at this point because now we know that you're in Vegas. Did you see the mother of your child when she walked out of the house? Okay? Because if you did, and you still had the statement, right, that you put on Twitter, that just means that you green-lighted something, and now one of two things it means. You either green-lighted something that now that you regret green-lighting, okay, or you're not mad about the dress at all. So I asked this question. It was a TikTok thread. Matter of fact, I replied to one of my boys, and I said, my biggest question is, now that because we confirmed the dude was the boyfriend who was also the child's father. Okay. So I want to get to so we confirmed we confirmed the fact that that's the thing, and then we confirmed the big thing that Keke Palmer put on her social medias, which was he knew what I was wearing before I left the house. He saw me grinding upon me, whatever, kissed me, and we hugged and blah blah blah. She put this out on Twitter. So now the facts have been answered. Okay. Keke Palmer went to the Usher residency with an outfit that she knew that her husband, that her boyfriend knew that she was wearing, was in VIP, and her and Usher started singing together on this part of the thing. So we know the facts are there. So if he puts out the tweet, right, then we know that his tweet talking about her being a mom had nothing to do with the outfit. Nothing at all. Not at all. We know what this is about. This is about the fact that my man doesn't know how to react when dealing with major stars. So why if I was famous, I could never date anybody famous as well? Though, that's just me. I mean, if I weren't, let me rephrase that. If me not being famous, I could never date anybody famous, especially an actress. The reason why is that you never know if they're acting with you or they're being 100% with you. That's why I never dated any theater majors in high school. I never dated any theater majors in college. If I knew like you were like an actor or actress, you were in theater, no, I'm good. I'm good. Because they can turn that switch off and on with ease. If they're really good at what they do, and Keke Palmer is the millionaire, and she's really good at what she does, okay? You'll never know when somebody's being real or somebody's not. They can all be acting and it's a phase, okay? So, when old boy got mad at his feelings, you already knew. He's mad at seeing this girl. The equation that he put together added up to not be in his favor. That's what it comes down to. He's like, I'm dating Keke Palmer, who is famous, stacked body, all the shiz, okay? I'm letting her go to an Usher concert and sit VIP with the same outfit that I put that I was like, yo, this outfit's bomb. Go ahead and wear that, girl. Go do your thing, right? And then gets to that Usher concert. You put this one and this one together, and Usher and then the VIP. What do you think Usher gonna do? Usher know who Keke Palmer is. It's not like he don't know who Keke Palmer is. Come on now, really? Do you think that Usher really doesn't know who Keke Palmer is? No, he knows exactly who she is. So he's gonna go up. He sees Keke Palmer, then bounce back after the pregnancy. And he does what you and me would probably do. Yeah. And that's it. And then, come here. And he knows Keke Palmer can sing. Girl, come sing this song with me. I'll hop in the VIP. And they dancing together and doing everything. And listen, it's an act, okay? Because Usher knows how to act. He's been in some movies, okay? Keke Palmer knows how to act. They made the shit entertaining for the people that they were crowded around, okay? Because what is Keke Palmer supposed to do? Not act like she's having fun at an Usher concert? Is that what we want to happen? Because listen, if you go to the Usher concert, and this is from a guy I used to do VIP. I used to do tickets, VIP tickets for corporate people. Okay, if I sit your ass in corporate VIP seating and you're not having fun, we used to hear about it from the people that used to the showrunners. So if I sat you in the front row of like for example, in Vegas, and VIP came through, and like you didn't cheer or clap or anything like during the show, and I sat you in front row VIP. Would call the department I was in and be like, yo, you put some VIPs there because they ain't have no fun. So, of course, she's up in VIP with the Usher singing, the serenade and all that, and she's having a good time. But she knows how to act like she's really, really having a good time to emphasize the fact of the show because, girl, if you see Keke Palmer grinding on Usher and him having fun and all them shit, guess what's going to happen? Now everybody going to want to do VIP, Usher. Ticket price has gone up. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Keke Palmer's on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the YouTubes now. You know what I'm saying? The shit bounce up, bounce back. Okay? And yet somehow, some way, that's where we got to be like, oh, now old boy's mad. And again, I told you why old boy's mad. He's really mad because his girl is dancing with Usher. Like the visual. Let me put it to you this way. Forget the fuck that they're famous for a second. Let's take the famous box out of it. If your girl was grinding and dancing with Usher, you'd be mad. Because your girl's not an actress, whatever, right? And you see her dancing all happy with Usher. Now you like, oh, fuck this. I can't believe this bitch did this to me. We all seen that Boondocks episode with Usher. We know what the fuck I'm talking about. Couldn't have been me though. Just saying, right? We know what we're talking about. But what I'm saying is that this dude's a regular ass nigga. He could probably be a B-level, C-level actor. I don't know what the fuck this nigga do for a living. If I ain't never heard of him before, obviously he really ain't shit anyway to begin with. But this is why you don't date regular niggas. And that's why Steve Harvey is right. Because a regular person can't take out the difference between you acting and you being real. They don't have no way to discern that. There's not a way for them to split that in their brain. An actor or an actress or a rapper that puts on a show, anybody that puts on a show knows how to discern the difference between the two. Matter of fact, before I end up incorrect on some shit, let me find out who this dude is. Keke Palmer's boyfriend. Who the fuck is this nigga? Nigga Joseph L. Blow the third. Nigga, no, I'm just playing. Darius Jackson. Darius Jackson. Who are you, Darius Jackson? Darius Jackson is an internet personality. Oh, here we go. People Magazine. Here we go. The People Magazine stay on top of shit. They're like, here's a bio. They kept their relationship private since 2021. They were together for 2 years. So, what does it say? Yeah, he's a fitness instructor. There we go. And he played football in college. That was his thing. So, again, back to what I said. This is why regular people can't date famous people. It very rarely works unless that regular person is famous amongst his peers. I.e., what's his name? George Clooney and the woman that he dated. Remember, everybody's like, why did George Clooney marry this woman? Not beknownst to us that lady was one of the most powerful lawyers where she's from. Activist and all that. Like, she's a very powerful person in her line of business. And knows how to deal with actors and stuff like that. And you've seen that really ever since he got married, George Clooney's just been kind of relatively less playboyish, right? He found the one. And then that's the thing, though. That's the game. The reality is that everybody had all this backlash. Everybody had all these personal opinions about shit. Totally forgot about the facts of the situation. And once those facts came out, all disappeared. But there's one big thing. Why is dog barking? One big, huge news where the facts, the feelings overtook the facts, okay? And I might be late to the party with this because I chose to not say a goddamn thing until I found out the entire facts of the situation. And maybe that's what I've been waiting on to do this podcast for. So, as we all know, Jonathan Majors, late last year, early this year. I can't remember the exact date, but he was arrested for domestic violence. Okay, when he was arrested for domestic violence, and it hit the news cycle, the same around time that the school shooting happened. Okay, and this whole thing happens, and I swear every single TikTok personality, and you can find it. Shout out to Mediocre Tutorial Reviews on that one. If you actually look up his video on it, it's really, there's a video out there that really got kind of a huge breakdown with TikTok people's opinions and all this other shit, and it was a bunch of BS, right? It's a bunch of BS. But when it happened, right, I was like, that sounds weird that he called the police. He was the one that called the police. And he was the one that ended up being arrested. But then I remembered it was New York. New York is very, no matter how much and I hate to say this, but no matter how much progression that New York likes to display, the reality of New York is that it's still a place where black people are still always going to be treated not as fairly when it comes to the justice system. It's just the way it is. And the other reality is that there's not a lot of places where black people are treated fairly in the justice system. But New York likes to have these progressive policies now that they say are benefiting African Americans, and yet there's situations like this where we see the opposite. But that's an opinion. That's not. It's an opinion based on the fact, and it's borderline feeling. So we're not gonna go there. That's another episode for another day. Who knows when? But Jonathan Majors maintained his innocence throughout the whole thing. Told you, news cycle blew. I wish I could pull up every single video. I there's not a way for me to pull up TikTok videos on here. But I can tell you that there's a lot of videos on the subject. And I was like, yeah, I said, no, not going to touch it until I know what's going on. I'm not going to write nothing about it. I'm not going to put nothing on social media. Not a fucking thing. Then, time goes on. The response to the lawsuit to get dismissed. The response to the case, the lawyer trying to get the case dismissed. Wrote a letter to the judge in the response. And in the response, the other side of the story comes out. And you're like, oh, wow. So, for those that don't know, apparently it looks like the situation was the other way around. That Jonathan Majors was attacked by his girlfriend. Jonathan Majors dipped out. And then old girl got pissed off, cried in the closet, must have did some drugs and some shit, locked herself in the room. Jonathan Majors comes home, can't get in his room. That's when he calls the cops. She's locked in the room. And that's how this whole thing turned into his own arrest. She assaulted him and then proceeded to throw a tantrum. And then you know how shit goes. When an emotionally unstable person has regrets, they realize they really fucked up and they really fucked up somebody's shit. So she did the most logical thing that she could do. Hide from all her problems inside of a closet. Most logical thing you can do, right? So, she hides in the closet. And there's video evidence. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to think of the big part. Old boy said that she had a lacerated jaw and a broken finger. Well, according to video submitted by the attorney, that was not true because she partied at the club with, supposedly, both of those, but in the video and everything, no, she's grabbing a handrail and everything's good, talking to her friend, and all on camera, there's no lacerations on the faces. If you're grabbing a handrail with your full weight of your head, your finger ain't broken. None of that. There's text messages between Jonathan, well, not even between, because it was kind of one-sided. Text messages from the girl to Jonathan Majors saying, I'm sorry, I can't believe, they did that, and they try to say that you strangled me, and I told them I did strangle me, and blah, 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 blah. And that it really looks like that the NYPD tried to railroad Jonathan Majors with a domestic violence case. Like it's some SVU shit, right? Turns around that when she assaulted him, there's the limo driver that can attest to the whole thing and has, can testify to all that shit. The whole thing. So when all this news bombshell dropped, okay, one person says, I would rather believe a lying woman. I would rather believe a woman that's lying about the abuse than a man. I'd rather blame a lying victim. Like, I'd rather believe a lying victim than the perpetrator. So the question that I had was, wait a minute. Wouldn't the person that's then lying, wouldn't they no longer be the victim? Would they in fact be the perpetrator? That shit left me confused. I'm like, what, this is what we doing? This is what it's come to. Oh, okay. I guess this is what it's come to. That instead of retracting your fucked up statements, I would just believe the victim. We'll believe the victim even though we'll believe a lying victim. And I don't want to say that all victims lie, but when there's clear evidence that a victim lies and you don't retract, that means you're worse than them. You shamed this man, dragged him all through the mud. Didn't give a fuck about the facts of the situation. Only cared about your personal feelings for reasons probably somewhere around, I had people that were abused in my life. And now nobody's discounting the fact that you may have had people abuse you or people that were abused in your life. But the fact of the matter is that there's still a justice system. And if we're not following the justice system, if we're saying that, guilty, innocent till proven guilty, it's not going to work for me, brother. On some Hulk Hogan shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you can't fucking do that. Because when you do, you only hurt yourself and the people around you. Okay? The reality of the situation is that y'all really went off the rails on my man Jonathan Majors. And y'all just didn't, y'all didn't do him right. This is going to be one of those things that I hope he sues the absolute pants off of every single YouTube creator, every single TikTok creator that monetized and made money off of shaming Jonathan Majors. I hope he gets a big ass check, because between NYPD trying to railroad his shit, between social media and the news people trying to railroad his shit, and they can hide under the words allegedly all they want to. The fact of the matter is that once you go blah 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 allegedly blah blah blah, everybody who pays attention to the blah blah blah, they don't give a fuck about what you said allegedly under your fucking breath. That's the part that trips me out. And you're like, oh, allegedly. Oh, man, fuck you and your allegedly. You only cared about your feelings and how you felt about the shit. You only cared about the clicks and the views on your fucking shit. You didn't care about the facts. The facts are, as presented, that there's no evidence that Jonathan Majors hit his girl, and there's fact plenty of evidence saying the otherwise, that's saying that the girl beat Jonathan Majors. Those are the facts, not the feelings. But there's another factor, another set of facts over another set of feelings. It's more of a somber one, right? And it's something that I actually kind of just found out recently. So back last year, Roe v. Wade, the whole abortion thing got overturned. States started implementing their own laws and shit, right? Well, there was a story that came out around that time that said that there was a 9-year-old girl who was a rape victim had to get an abortion in Indiana because the neighboring state of Ohio would not grant and authorize an abortion, because an abortion in the state of Ohio is when you can detect the heartbeat. So if they did the check and said that she was pregnant in Ohio, and the doctor couldn't perform an abortion there because it was 6 weeks, they checked it, they said a heartbeat, they said, congratulations, your 9-year-old daughter's having a fucking kid. But we can't abort it because we had to it's the law. Sorry, we can't abort it. And so you then have to travel to Indiana, neighboring state, to have this abortion. Now, when it happened, Joe Biden knew about it before everybody else. They're like, oh, Joe Biden said this is some fucked up bullshit. 9-year-old girl had to have an abortion. Okay? And then it was like, Jim Jordan, I think it was Jim Jordan from Ohio, like, that shit didn't happen, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, nigga? What the fuck you talking about? And not only was it true, it ended up being the dad, well, not the dad, stepdaddy, mother's husband, that was the one that did it. I said, God damn. So then a lot of stuff came into play. A lot of facts started coming out. This dude was an illegal immigrant from Guatemala. That is a fact. It has no bearing on the evil bullshit that he did because, again, I know plenty of immigrants, legal or illegal, that do really, really good work, especially living in Vegas. You think people want to leave this fucking country nor get into its jail system? No. You do everything you fucking can to stay out of it. So he came in, he's been married to this mother for God knows how long. And he ended up having sex with his daughter twice, with his stepdaughter twice. On some nasty shit. What the fuck? It's disgusting. And then gets her pregnant. And she's 9 years old. 9 years fucking old. What kind of sick motherfucker does that? But anyways, so the mother says that she goes to have an abortion. And she says she was denied because of the law. There's no physical evidence that actually was told because there are HIPAA laws. Okay, you just you'll never hear anything from the doctor that said no because of HIPAA. And there's no proof that can be provided that she did say no because of HIPAA. So then but we do know that the law was in place with no exceptions at the time that this happened. So then she went over to Indiana where she got the abortion. Now, this is where it becomes tricky. Okay? The lady says that the doctor that performed the abortion, but didn't tell anybody that she performed the abortion on this 9-year-old girl. Well, didn't say who it was. Because the whole thing about this whole scenario is that everything seemed to have been done to protect the husband, the husband. That's what seemingly has gone on in this case. Everything has been done to protect the husband. Now, we get to a point where I think a couple months go by. It's in the news. It hits the Washington, D.C. media cycle, but never, everybody's like, nah, this is some bullshit. We don't believe you for 1 second, guy. We don't believe you. We don't believe that you did an abortion on a 9-year-old girl. What the fuck? That's some sick shit. We never think of no shit like that. You're just lying because we overturned Roe v. Wade. So then what happens is then the Attorney General of Ohio gets involved, pops off and asks if it's true or not, and we're going to need some shit. So they get the evidence that they need. Indiana state investigators retrieve the fetus of the fetus or whatever was left, the aborted fetus or whatever. Okay, performs a little DNA testing on it, goes to Ohio, works with the Ohio State Board. And then all of a sudden, that's when they put two and together. They do the DNA test, find, people around. They do the investigation. They interview the dad and come to find out, yep, he's the dad. Dude confessed to everything. Goes to trial, easy and quick. The mother wanted leniency for the dad. The mother wanted leniency for the dad. Ain't that some shit? But this process, this went really fast. He went in, pled guilty, make sure that he did life. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Does anybody find that suspicious? Let's look at the facts of the case, and then maybe we'll bring a feeling into this. But let's look at the facts. The mother did everything that she could to protect the husband from the time that she went to have the abortion first done in Ohio to the time that the husband got convicted and sent to prison. And it was expedited so fast. Why is that? Normally dudes like that, even with the evidence, they'll go to trial. Why is that? Why does this shit process so fast? I can only honestly think of one reason and one reason only. It's a little word called discovery. So, the reason why discovery is important. So, anytime that you have a law, for those that don't even know, if you are let's say I'm Donald Trump, okay? And let's say I sue the head of Mar-a-Lago for slander. Well, like a manager for Orlando. I'm a manager for Mar-a-Lago. Let's say the manager of Mar-a-Lago is just a regular manager dude, and he went spilling all the tea to everybody and their mama, right? And he gets paid to spill this tea. Donald Trump sues the dude because he says it's slander and lies and a bunch of BS. Well, once you sue somebody, a little process called discovery can happen. Where you say, hey, okay, I accept your lawsuit, but now I'm going to counter sue you for all my lawyer fees and having to defend myself for you slandering me by suing me. Then the discovery process happens. Because if you accuse somebody of something, you better damn well sure have enough evidence to back it up for this lawsuit. Why most things get solved before discovery is because you don't want people to find out certain information. Now, discovery can apply in a criminal suit. After the pleas go in and everything else, there's a discovery process where we gather enough information to determine how this is going to go, and like evidence and all that stuff. It could have been to a point, and that's what it's looking like, that this process went so fast because the mother didn't want to be embarrassed with a lengthy trial. Because then she would have to testify on why she allowed her 9-year-old daughter to be raped by her husband, and why she kept protecting him, and what happened when she went to an Ohio abortion clinic, and then what happened when she went to an Indiana abortion clinic. She'd have to answer all those questions. You think she really wanted to answer all those questions? No. Because then some truths might come out. We could, I'm not saying that it's true, but we could find out that she did go to an Ohio clinic, but they didn't turn it down not because of the law. They turned it down because she would have to snitch on the husband. And then her not wanting to do it is what's the word? Obstruction of justice. She catch an obstruction charge if he didn't do that. Then she's sitting in jail, and the child has no parent. Which, honestly, knowing that the mother knew what was going on, I would have. Yeah, no, I'm not taking no obstruction charge. If something happens to where the mother of my kids hurts my kids, and I find out about it, like it is hurt severely and psychologically, hell would have no fury on what I do. And that's just a fact of life. So for her to protect this man at all costs tells you everything that you need to know. Sometimes what you see is what it is. But sometimes you're not paying attention to the right thing. You got to pay attention to the actual facts of a situation. And I think that's where we get lost sometimes, is that we want to be right so bad as humans. We want to be so desperately right that we let the feelings that are in our heart overtake the facts that are in our mind. And that's a deadly game to play. You can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't. Because only one person's going to end up with their heart broken, and that's you. Right? All right. Well, let me know what you think. Again, a lot of changes can happen between now and the next time I do this. I might not even be in this room when I do this. I'm in my bedroom right now. I might not even be in the bedroom. I might do it out in the living room, probably with a bottle of liquor or something. I hope you enjoyed the show, though. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like. I like to talk about a lot of stuff. My boy Sin doesn't like to talk about politics or pop culture and stuff like that. It's just not his thing. I'll talk about whatever, whenever, however, why ever, because of ever. So, next week's show, I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. You're just going to have to wait until I drop it. But let me know what you think and how you feel. So, until next time, this your boy Hollywood J Blaq signing off, and we out this thing. Deuces.